Hi, welcome back. My name is Sheri-Lynn DeMaris and welcome to Macro Magic. Our episode today is sponsored by Planetary Health, who hosts the 2019 Macrobiotic Summer Conference at Eastover in Lenox, Massachusetts this summer. And I have a special guest with me today, Christine Waltermyer, and she is the owner of the Natural Kitchen Cooking School, someplace where I used to teach with her, and we work on projects together, and so I'm really excited to have her. She's a longtime chef and educator and professional chef as well in people's homes and running these great online programs. So welcome, Christine.
Oh, thank you, Sheri. Great to be here. So excited.
So we're going to do, oh my gosh, this is going to be so exciting. We're going to put food in jars, right?
That's right.
Okay, great.
Yep, meals in mason jars. It's just kind of a nice, handy, healthy to-go food, and it looks really pretty. I was telling Sheri that, you know, you can check these out on Pinterest and you can see really endless possibilities with these, so it'll be really fun to assemble these, and I have a few different variations. This is going to be a Mediterranean mason jar. We also have the ingredients for a more of a Thai style mason jar salad, and then we have a southwestern one, and I was even going to make a little mini breakfast / light dessert jar. So
there's so many ingredients and it looks so appetizing already before we put it together.
Right.
So I'm sure when people bring them to lunch or carry them as takeout meals, it's so much healthier than a fast food snack.
Oh, totally, and you'll impress your coworkers at work when you bust one of these out. They're all going to be wanting one. And
so do you want to start with this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So you need this jar.
Okay, so you just start out with a mason jar, glass canning jar. You can get these at your local supermarket. And the trick with these, so that you don't get soggy lettuce, is you want to put your salad dressing on the bottom.
Okay.
So it's up to you how much you want to put there. I'd say at least a couple tablespoons. This is a balsamic vinaigrette, so it kind of goes with the Mediterranean theme here.
How did you make that?
I made this a combination of, it was olive oil. You basically do, it's about a quarter cup of the olive oil.
So a quarter cup of olive oil.
Quarter cup of olive oil, and then 2 to 3 tablespoons of vinegar, however vinegary you want it, and that's balsamic vinegar. I like to put a teaspoon of sweetener in there, a little maple syrup. It just kind of takes the bite out of the vinegar.
And that's what we talked about in the episode with my niece, Christina.
Yeah, exactly.
Taking the bite out of it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then a little bit of sea salt, about a quarter teaspoon of sea salt. And then I also added some oregano, dried oregano, about a quarter teaspoon. Yeah, so
I like
it's really
that.
got those nice flavors. So we're just going to put that on the bottom. And
now, why do you put the dressing on the bottom?
That's going to, we're going to put the sturdy ingredients on top, the ones that won't get soggy. So things like cucumber, we've got some actually marinated red onion, things like that will really go nicely on top of the dressing. But the idea is that you're going to keep the greens, the more delicate things, for the very top so that it's not even contacting the dressing, so it's not going to get all wilted and mushy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then how did you marinate the red onion?
So marinating the red onion, I like to do that. I don't know about you guys and you, Sheri, but I find that like just raw onion is really strong.
Yes.
So what I do is I just add a few pinches of sea salt, and again, you can add a little squeeze of lemon juice or a little bit of, brown rice vinegar or apple cider vinegar, and just rub that in there and just let it sit for like a half an hour. Totally mellows it out. It actually becomes a little sweet.
Yes.
And I love the color too, right?
We did that with Susan Waxman on her show. We did umeboshi vinegar.
Very nice. Yeah, you could use umeboshi vinegar too. So let's go ahead and start layering. I'm going to put in, as I said, a sturdy ingredient. So I'm going to put some celery. And by the way, one of these is really handy. It's a wide mouth canning funnel, and then you don't get vegetables flying all over the place when you're layering your ingredients in there. I do this for soups too. It's wonderful for.
So you can get it at a kitchen store.
You can get it at a kitchen store or a good old Amazon. So I'm just going to put in here, you can just kind of add as much as you like in your layers. It's roughly maybe like half a cup to 1 cup of each ingredient. And I like to kind of vary the colors when possible. That always looks pretty. So this is just golden beet that I pre-cooked and diced. You could add some red beet if you like to. I mean, it's really just
so colorful,
right?
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty and it's fun, and it just kind of gives you like a variety of textures and flavors in your salad. And then some nice raw cucumber.
So because these ingredients are raw, I guess the dressing will soak in and sort of marinate them a little bit.
You know, you can do it like that if you would like to do that. You can kind of invert it sooner the night before you have it, and then it will marinate it more. But if it's a hot day and you want to have more of that like raw, refreshing, you know, quality, then I would say just wait until the last minute before you have it, and then invert it and shake it up. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to add some of our red onion. You know, and it's really, you know, if you don't like any of these ingredients or you want to switch it up, it's really unlimited based on your creativity and what ingredients you want to add here.
So you can clean out your refrigerator and make your jar.
Exactly. I'm adding some black olives. I find that always adds a nice, nice touch, nice taste.
Just the layers are so pretty.
Right? Yeah, it's just kind of fun. So, and then of course we want to have some protein element in there, so I'm going to add a little bit of white beans. Of course you can make your own homemade from scratch. I'm all about making beans from scratch, but in a pinch, sometimes a good quality brand, you know, like this is good. And
yeah, if you want to get the canned beans without the BPAs, I know West Spray and Eden are good companies to buy from.
Exactly. Some brands even make them with bacambu to help make them more digestible.
Yes.
So you can see we've got our layering going on here. I'm going to keep going with a little bit of fresh parsley, and then we're going to top it off with our salad greens. So
you know, kids would love doing this.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. I love involving kids in the kitchen. It just really, they're a lot more likely to, you know, try eating something if they've helped to make it. So then last but not least, our salad greens go on top. And then if you'll hand me a lid over there, Sherry. And we have, I don't know if I have it there available or not, but they have either metal ones or they also have plastic ones. You can get a nice white plastic one that works as well. But so that's the idea. You just literally pop your lid on, pop it in the fridge. This keeps for a couple days and it's all ready to go. And doesn't it look
for
pretty?
a couple days. So
Yeah.
it's easier than just making a salad and putting it in a Tupperware. It actually, you could grab this and go to work. And
Yeah.
You don't even have to take the salad out of the big Tupperware and put it in a tiny little lunchbox.
Exactly. Yep. You just like pack a fork with it and a napkin and you're all set.
Oh my God. And so pretty.
Isn't that pretty? Yeah. So we'll make a couple variations on that.
So this one, what do you call this one?
This one is a Mediterranean mason salad jar.
Okay,
Yeah.
so your Mediterranean.
Yeah,
And then we're
we got
going
that
to
one.
do, what's the next
Let's
one?
move on to the Thai one. So
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So
Okay,
we'll just
so move
switch
this-
out some of these ingredients.
So with Thai food, I know that I see the peanut sauce is important. with
Oh
Thai
yeah,
food.
peanut sauce, or if you like to use almond butter, you could do an almond butter sauce. If there are nut allergies, of course, you can always swap it out with sunflower seed butter, you know, or pumpkin seed butter. I don't know if you've ever tried that. That's really good.
Yes, yes. I haven't tried pumpkin seed butter, but sunflower seed
It's
butter
really
is
nice.
really nice.
Yeah. So let's see, I've got my rice, and I like, when I make these jars, sometimes you could just do, you know, more salad ingredients, typical salad ingredients like more vegetables, or other times you can add, you know, grains and beans and things like that. In that one we did add some beans, so.
Yeah, you've got your protein, you've got your vegetables. I mean,
Yeah.
this is really one of the healthiest lunches I've seen. They're like Buddha balls or grain bowls that you order at restaurants now.
Yeah,
You know?
totally.
Yeah,
In a
so-
jar.
In a jar.
All right, a little touch of brown rice vinegar. What else? I thinned it out with just a little bit of water. I did a little garlic and ginger for that kind
Oh,
of
how nice.
classic peanut
Really
sauce.
nice
Yeah.
sauce. Okay.
And a little bit of, instead of soy sauce, I used coconut aminos just for soy-free, but you could also use tamari or shoyu. Absolutely.
Shoyu is a natural soy sauce.
Yes, crunchy, chopped up red radishes. So really the main thing you need to do to prepare these mason jars is, you know, chop your veggies in advance. But on a weekend when you have more time, you know, that's a great time to get
And
all
just
these
keep
ingredients.
them in these small containers with
Yeah.
lids before you make your jars. So you
Yeah.
can have extra, even leftovers from the night before, and decide to pack it up in a jar for work.
Exactly. Now I'm getting the protein here from our peanut sauce, and we're going to top it off with a few little pistachios, or you could use almonds. So that's kind of the protein portion here. But of course, if you wanted to, you could add cubed baked tofu or tempeh or.
Oh, I love tofu and peanut sauce.
Right, me too.
So good.
Yeah, and this is a little bit of just some cooked brown rice. What else could you add here? You could really just, you know, go crazy. You could add mung beans. That's kind of a classic Thai
nice.
type of bean. So, but yeah, here's a nice layer of our rice in there. And then we're going to top it off with our cilantro. We got a little bit chopped cilantro here.
Oh my gosh.
Don't they say that cilantro helps to detox heavy metals from your body too?
Yes.
Isn't that
And
great?
in Europe, they actually call parsley cilantro. Like, it's so popular.
Oh.
They eat it so much in Europe.
Well, look at that.
They call both parsley
Wow.
and cilantro.
Okay.
Some people love cilantro, some people don't like cilantro. Some people
Exactly.
think it tastes like soap.
Like so.
And then other people just can't get enough of it.
I know. Yep. So, okay, and then we had some leftover cucumbers from our other salad. I'm going to toss those in there because that can be a versatile, ingredient in Thai food too. And some mung bean sprouts. I just find those add a nice crunch and texture.
When we come back, we're going to look at the other 2 jars that you're going to show and talk a little bit about you and what you're doing right now, some exciting new projects after this break.
Sounds great.
Hi, I'm Christine Waltermyer, and I want to personally invite you to Natural Cooking Mastery. This program is a comprehensive online cooking program that introduces you to all aspects of natural foods cooking. From learning how to master whole grains, cooking with beans, sea vegetables, land vegetables, healthy desserts, dressings, sauces, various cooking styles. Every month we go through a different module where we explore exciting topics, and I provide you with cooking videos. You'll enjoy great guest teachers. You'll have weekly homework assignments where you get to practice recipes at home and then submit photos with my feedback. You're also going to get fabulous recipes and handouts that'll really round out your whole learning experience. I'm a wellness chef and cooking teacher for the last 15 years. I've also written a cookbook and been a recipe developer. So I love to bridge healthy cooking with delicious cooking. Here's to your health and happiness.
TV is a platform for people of any industry to share their story. Over 285,000 viewers are tuning in to RVN TV shows monthly. We guarantee a great experience that you'll be sharing with everyone you know while increasing your personal and company's brand awareness. But what is your brand? According to Forbes, it's a combination of your logo, your product, your design and feel, and your personality. Did you know that aside from being a guest, we offer even more opportunity to boost your brand? Adding your company logo and website on screen during your interview will allow viewers to recognize your brand instantly. Incorporating images and video clips is another great way to showcase your product during your live segment. Let viewers see how good you really are. And most importantly, there's you and your interview. For less than the cost of a newspaper, direct mail, or a magazine ad, you can leave our studio and within 48 hours have a permanent digital copy of your live segment to link to your social media, embed into your company website, or use in email marketing. Investing in your brand is so very important, and we can't wait to have you as a guest.
Hi, welcome back to Macro Magic. I'm with Christine Waltermyer, and we're talking about food in jars. And just as a reminder, our show is sponsored today by Planetary Health, who is sponsoring the 2019 Macrobiotic Summer Conference in Eastover in Lenox, Massachusetts, where they have a lot of famous, well-known speakers in the macrobiotic field come and talk, and they have beautiful macrobiotic meals and classes in shiatsu and yoga and qigong. People from all over the world have been known to come to the Berkshires each summer to enjoy these programs. So welcome back, Christine.
Yeah, thank you, Sheri.
And we made 2 great jars of this is the Thai
That's the Thai, yeah.
and the Mediterranean.
Yeah, right.
So now we're going to make one more large jar.
That's right. This is our Southwest Mason salad jar. So, all right. So I'm starting off with a, it's kind of a little bit of eclectic combination, but this is a tahini orange dressing. So I combined orange juice, fresh squeezed orange juice, or you could use, juice of a clementine, whatever, and a little bit of tahini, which is our sesame seed butter, along with a little bit of sea salt, and what else? You can add olive oil to it, but you don't need to. You can thin it out with just a little bit of water, and the orange juice helps as well. And for a little tartness, you can add some either lime juice or a little bit of apple cider vinegar.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
So another great dressing goes on the bottom.
That's right. Now this one's a little bit thicker. We're going to put that one on the bottom. You can always, thin it out if you want to. Sometimes these dressings get a little thicker the next day, after you make them, so you can always thin them. But that's our dressing. And then we're going to top it off with our cooked green beans. I've got some diced green beans that we're adding here.
You picked the most creative ingredients to put in these jars.
Well, I'm all about color. I have an art degree, so I just really get into like the color of food. I've always liked to play with my food, and this is an excuse. And then I'm putting in some cooked squash. This is delicata squash, and I cooked it with just a little bit of some maple syrup. You can add those southwestern spices like a little bit of cumin. You could add a little bit of, chili powder if you like that sort of thing. And you just want to make sure
you cook these vegetables, but put a little fun seasonings in them.
Exactly, yes. They even make like a dedicated southwestern spice, which, you can cook with your beans. That's often nice if you cook them with a little bit of, onion or some leeks or scallions and the cumin to give that flavor. These are just kind of more of a, pinto bean type of bean, but you could use black beans, of course.
Black beans are nice.
Black beans, kidney beans look really pretty. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then we're going to put a layer of our protein-rich quinoa. Quinoa is so popular these days, right?
Yes, and again, it's a whole grain, so it's nice, a light grain for summer.
Yes, nice light texture and so versatile too. I've used it to actually make, puddings and things. And then we're going to top it off with, I have some endive here, a little bit of chopped endive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And again, the colors are so radiant, and I just think kids will really enjoy these.
Exactly. They say we eat with our eyes first, so it's important to have that visual appeal. So in goes a little bit of cooked corn. And, if a person likes, spice or a little kick, you could do some sliced jalapenos. I'm not a big spice person, so I tend not to, but it's an option. And then here's a little bit of avocado. The hardest part with making these salad jars is you want to get carried away with all your layers like I just did. So I'm going to manage to put a little
jar's
bit of lettuce.
not big enough.
That's right. We're going to make it work. So there's just a little chopped lettuce on top. And then last but not least, we can top it off with some nuts if you like, although I think we've kind of gotten maximum capacity, so we're going to stay with that. All right, so that's our Southwestern salad jar. And then, do we want to make one more?
Yes, we do.
Yeah? Okay, perfect.
I can't wait to see the dessert one.
I know, who doesn't love dessert?
Yes. So these are really fun to take, I would imagine on vacations, car trips, in addition to lunches for work and, things for children at the playground. All those times you were going to go to McDonald's and pick up a fast food item, you can take a jar out.
Exactly. Now I know at my daughter's school you're not allowed to send glass necessarily, it's breakable, so you could use a plastic container. I just tend to, at least at home, use the glass because it's a little less reactive than plastic with, vinegars and things. So what I'm doing here is I'm just peeling a little bit of kiwi fruit. I figured the diced kiwi would go nicely in here as a layer. And what this is it's basically just, you could call it pudding or porridge, depending on your taste buds. I find that people who, like myself, I don't eat, so many strongly sweet things, so to me it tastes like a dessert, but someone else might say, hey, this tastes like a nice morning porridge. So you could have it either way, as a breakfast jar or as a dessert jar.
So quinoa you can make just as a regular side dish. It takes about, 20 minutes to
20
simmer
minutes.
it with, I know, a cup and a quarter of water versus a cup of quinoa. But make sure to rinse it real well.
Yes, well, you want to rinse it real well, or there's some brands out there, like the one that I used, that's actually pre-rinsed, which is such a handy time saver. And sometimes I cook it with a little bit more water, depending. In fact, I think for my batch of quinoa, I actually did 1 to 2. One
Oh,
cup
1
of
to 2.
quinoa with 2
Okay.
cups of water. But, you know, you might not like it that soft. You might like it a little drier. It just depends. So here I'm using a medium-sized jar. They have the big jars, they've got medium ones, they have small ones, so just depending how much you want to take along with you. We're going to use the medium-sized one, and I'm just going to, this one's a little bit different. We're not using our dressing, obviously.
Okay.
So I'm just going to start out with a little layer of our grain that was cooked with a little almond milk and a little maple syrup.
You could probably put breakfast in a jar, right? Layer maple syrup, walnuts, and oatmeal.
Totally. Well,
Okay,
this
or
is that
blueberries.
idea.
Okay.
So, like I said, it can be either like a dessert or it could be considered a breakfast jar. Some people do like chia pudding as a layer.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
The IKEA bowls that you actually sometimes have in
Oh,
restaurants.
right, yes. So here I'm just doing a little bit of cooked fruit. These are just cooked mixed berries. They were frozen berries. You could use fresh. I just cooked them with a little bit of maple syrup, and I layered that on top of our grain. And then, of course,
Again,
you can,
so beautiful.
Aw.
The layers.
yeah, and then you can do some broken up nuts in here, again, for protein and some good fat. Just doing some cracked
That looks so delicious,
walnuts.
just as a dessert.
It's so tasty, yeah, either as a dessert or a little kind of breakfast treat. And then I'm doing a little layer here of our kiwi, and then you would just, you know, repeat your layers and do another layer.
Okay, so you're
of
going to
the-
repeat the grain.
Exactly, almost like a little breakfast or dessert parfait.
Okay.
And here too, you can vary the fruits that you're using depending on the season. You could do a little bit of like almond cream if you wanted to.
And now berries are in season, so it's really good to start eating them, especially
Yeah.
the fresh picked ones.
Exactly,
Organic.
exactly. Love organic.
Yes. I think strawberries are the most sprayed fruit, so you have to be careful.
And they say that, yeah, that I guess they're fuzzy, so they collect some of the pesticides on there, so yeah. But, all right, and then a few more little cracked walnuts on there.
Really looks nice.
We're gonna top it off with our kiwi, and it's just, yeah, it's kind of refreshing.
And
And
what I
convenient.
like is so appealing, you know, for children who are not wanting to eat well. I mean, these jars are just so fun and appealing and colorful.
Exactly.
And, I mean,
makes
just imagine taking that to a picnic.
Right.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah, they make like a nice little present too. You know, if you share that with your coworkers, they're going to just love you. So they're just fun things to share. And plus, it's very inviting. You know, as you said, inviting. When you look in your refrigerator and you see these lined up, you know, you make these on the weekend and you have these for the week. You feel inspired. You don't
And
feel
how
as-
easy it is. Even if you didn't want to layer them at first, you kept
Yeah.
them in little jars and then layered them when you're ready to pack them up.
Exactly. That's a good meal prep strategy.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about what you're doing now, because I know you're running the school.
Yes.
And you have an online program
Right.
for people to learn how to cook, you know, natural organic foods.
Yes.
There you are in your kitchen prepping
Ah.
with some of your students.
That's right. Yes, so I used to teach a live version of my cooking program, and now it's conveniently online, so I can reach, I've had students all over the world in Vienna and Vietnam, and it's really fun to have that global, you know, group of students. So it's an online plant-based program. It starts again this fall. It's an 8-month program. And I just guide everyone through all the different categories, how to make delicious grains, how to make tasty beans, dishes like this, and great desserts without using any
You're
sugar.
so creative too.
Oh.
I'm sure people love learning your recipes.
Oh, thank you. It's really fun.
There's
yeah,
a beautiful, is that a sushi roll? A
It's-
green roll.
It's a collard roll. I actually took a steamed collard
Oh.
leaf and stuffed it with a little bit of some, like, almost like a fried rice kind of thing
That's
with
gorgeous.
some beans. So it's another one of those portable meals.
And this is a beautiful dessert.
Yes, that was made with some agar as the thickener, so it's almost like a fruit canton. It's kind of like a Jell-O dessert, you know, with vegetarian
What
ingredients.
gorgeous. I mean, that could be served at a wedding. It's so pretty.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
and
very,
so light.
And that's a copy of my book that's coming out soon on Amazon. It'll be available.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah,
Oh
next
my
week,
gosh.
hopefully, available as Kindle. Yeah, it's
Oh.
coming out soon. And I also have a free cookbook on my website. So when people visit my website, I have a free one that actually has enough recipes to last you for 7 days.
Oh my
So I call it
gosh.
7 Days of Deliciousness.
Oh my gosh, that's so great.
Yes.
And I know you're launching a new project. Did you want to tell viewers a little bit about that?
I'd love to, yes. I've been a personal chef, a wellness chef to a range of clients over the years, pro athletes and CEOs and just busy families. So I see the need out there. I could only service so many people myself as a wellness chef. So, through training people over the years, I really got excited to get even more chefs out there. So Sheri and I are actually collaborating on this, on making a chef service available to people. So that'll be coming out soon within the next week or so. Hopefully when this airs, that website that links through my other site will be live.
So if you're seeing all this on the show and you're wondering how am I going to find time to cook, maybe bring somebody in like a personal chef just for a short amount of time or even a longer period to train whoever in the family or to just cook for your family. Christine is a wonderful contact, and we've been talking back and forth about providing these chefs in the home or in the workplace or for special events. People who know how to eat healthy, who Christine has trained through the years, who are very dependable, very reliable, and also know how to cook very well, because it's really important to learn how to cook really well when you're using these ingredients. Especially with people who are transitioning into eating more of plant-based food, macrobiotic style cooking, even vegetarian. So
exactly, yep. So I feel like we give people their time back. A lot of people say like, wow, it takes a lot of time slicing and dicing, and it does. So this is one way that you can spend maybe a little less time and have someone help to support you that way, or they can help you discover time savers, how to do it more efficiently and quickly if you just want a cooking lesson to learn how to do it better. So. And
how can people reach you? What are the contacts?
Okay, so if you visit my website, the cooking school website, it's naturalkitchenschool.com. I think we'll probably maybe have that showing somewhere, but that's where you can get your free cookbook, and that's also where you can stay connected to us. So if you sign up for our monthly newsletter, our weekly newsletter, we send out free recipes and healthy living tips, and that's where you'll get first notice that our chef service has gone live.
And also where they can sign up for your online cooking program.
Exactly. You'll also find out about the plant-based cooking program as that.
And what I loved being on your site is seeing all the great recipes. Some really creative recipes.
Thanks,
so if
Sheri.
you're stuck in the kitchen, you just want to get started, you can just go to the website, navigate around, find some fun recipes, try some food in jars by watching today's show, and also contact us if you're looking for a private chef or someone to just come in and help you cook a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah. Yep, that can just save you a lot of time and mistakes. Like I remember in the beginning when I started cooking vegetarian, I was frying in flax oil. Someone saw me, they're like, what are you doing? That becomes toxic when you eat it.
Yeah, so a lot of mistakes we've all experienced in the past. Well, thank you, Christine, for coming on the show. We'd love to have you join us next week. Just as a reminder, we're sponsored by Planetary Health, who is hosting the 2019 summer conference at Eastover. It's a macrobiotic conference with very well-known speakers throughout the conference, yoga classes, qigong classes, shiatsu classes, and wonderful macrobiotic cuisine. That's in the Berkshires at Eastover, and you can see them on the website, www.macrobioticsummerconference.org. Thanks for joining us.